Hello, friends. We're fresh from watching a Sabaton history episode, and this is a double reaction to one of their songs, To Hell and Back, which was kindly requested by Losso over on Ko-fi. So thank you for supporting the channel, Losso, and also for a band that I really have grown to love. Two bands, actually, because we have a Beyond the Black cover. Now, I've just learned about the To Hell and Back music and the events that they talk about there, or the person they talk about, Audie Murphy. And so you can check that out if you want a bit more of an overview. I think it's useful to understand the story with the History Channel. I know it does spoil the song a little bit, but you don't hear the whole thing, you hear just little bits. And I feel like I concentrate more on the information to understand the song that I'm about to listen to as well. The lyrics, when I'm interpreting them, if it's about emotions or a feeling or something I can relate to, it's different, isn't it? But when it's about an event in history or a person or a time period, then I find this really useful. Losso has given some information as well, and these might be things that I know because of the History Channel, which Losso didn't know I was going to do that. Sorry, Losso. Two quick bits of info that should help your enjoyment and not spoil it. At the start of the video, you will see it's all about Audie Murphy. Audie was the most decorated American soldier of World War II, and when he returned to the US, he starred in a movie about his wartime adventures, playing himself. Yes, so I saw in the History Channel as well that he got all the possible medals a war veteran could receive, and he was a movie star, who is an actor and a poet and a jack of all trades, right? Which is quite an interesting inspiration for a song in the first place. Film clips that Sabaton incorporate in the video are actually the person in the song, are actually the person the song is about. That's cool. So it will show some of his movie clips. Interestingly, they had to tone down his heroics for the movie, as producers/directors thought audience would find his real story too unbelievable. I can understand that. I can believe that. Fun fact number 2, Joachim, the vocalist, said he always wanted to write a spaghetti western theme, and this is his closest attempt. So I learned that in the History Channel as well, which is useful, but you guys might not have heard or seen that yet. So there we go. All right, it is 4 minutes and 26. Following this, we're going to watch an acoustic version so we can compare, contrast, talk about it. We'll probably start and stop, and I'll go through the lyrics the first time round. We will see. We might not do that. But we will start and stop. Full video links are below if you want to watch uninterrupted. But as a reactor who does talk about what I'm thinking and feeling and wants a true, thorough breakdown in my own style, this is how I do it. And other reactors aren't the same as me, and that's the beauty of us being different. Thank you. Let's go. Credits, where credit is due. In World War II, millions of soldiers went into battle far away from their homes, and many of those who returned faced an enemy just as formidable as the forces they fought on the battlefield. Yeah. Post-traumatic stress disorder was usually treated with quite ineffective yet highly addictive drugs. One of the men facing the horrors of World War II long after the war ended was First Lieutenant Audie Murphy from Kingston, Texas. When I was watching the video, I was talking about PTSD and that it's very common in war veterans, and there are not enough resources to help those in need. There should be more funding for it, which is why organizations have been set up and charities to help those suffering with PTSD. There's a lot of addiction that occurs, drugs, alcohol, criminal activity, loss of family for violent outbursts, or just struggles that one might face where they don't cope very well, and they can distance themselves from people, or they can act in all sorts of different ways. It's different for everyone, but the suffering with PTSD is so common, and it's quite heartbreaking that people that were supposed to, be treated as doing something uh, worth celebrating for some is actually the reality of it is a lot different post time in battle or wherever they've been stationed. Five Finger Death Punch's Wrong Side of Heaven is very powerful in sharing that sort of story. Okay. It's giving time to read, but I worry that I don't read it in time. So, here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Okay. I just wanted to hear that whole intro. That was very powerful. The way they articulated it all as a harsh reminder, or it was in his head. The whistling that starts originally feels like a memory that he's trying to cope with, and the PTSD is very much there. It's evident in the way he looks, his body language. He doesn't look too good. He's not wearing anything of color, which is also quite a good way to show he's not in a good place. He's in a dark place. He's in a colorless place, a sad place. I like how that builds with the guitars and drums jumping in as well. A little bit of jump scare for me, but what's new? I like how that came in. I also like how it did sound kind of westerny from just the whistle. That was quite powerful. Yeah, very good. You can feel his anxiety just by looking at him. Just very good way of articulating it. I'm going to like it based on that. I like that because I watch the History Channel, I worry about how much of the song I've heard already. That was a surprise. That was nice. So just to reiterate that the History Channel shows snippets, but I'm more focused on the information, trying to retain information and pick that up and focus on that than actually listening to the song in the background. I knew it had a Sabaton feel, but that's kind of what I remember of it. It had a good beat where you can bob your head along, but yeah, this already I didn't hear any of this, so that's very cool. I like the sounds sinister, scary.
Short man from Texas, a man of the wild, thrown into combat where bodies lie piled. Hides his emotions, his blood's running cold. Just like his victories, his story unfolds. Right, white light.
We'll stop there because I want to do the pre-chorus and the chorus separate. But the first verse, a short man from Texas, a man of the wild. I learned that he was 16 when he wanted to join, and you've got to be 18 to join anyway, so I would believe he might have lied about his age. Definitely lied about his age. And the authorities had said he was not strong enough to fight. He was too small, too underweight, something like that. So that makes sense to say a short man from Texas, a man of the wild. He was 5'5", which is not short, by the way, but I guess he was shorter than others, and he was from Texas. Uh, Stating the obvious, man of the wild, thrown into combat where bodies lie piled. He grew up quickly. He was thrown in at the deep end, thrown into combat where there are a lot of people dying. Um, Hides his emotions, his blood running cold. Just like his victories, his story unfolds. Hides his emotions, as I could imagine a lot of soldiers try not to think about it, try and dissociate. It's a very horrific time out there. I can only imagine, on a battlefield, and lots of people do it for various reasons. Some were forced into it, others chose to do it for their country or for whatever reason, some for the greater good. There's all manner of reasons why people do it. I'm not a fan of war, but I understand people have their reasons for doing it. I'm not a fan of the people at the top who pull all the strings and make all the people do the dirty work for them. Lots of casualties, lots of people dying, lots of people suffering from PTSD for usually two men at the top who want more power, money, resources, territory, usually. Just like his victories, his story unfolds, so his things are about to unfold to start. And that's the intro. So that's quite a useful start to it.
His emotions, his blood's running cold. Just like his victories, his story unfolds.
Like the beats. Nice.
If there be any glory in war, let it rest on them like hell. Cross the road on Lazio, where no soldiers sleep and where hell 6 feet deep. The deathless weight, there's no debate. So charge and attack, going to hell and back.
Ah, they said the thing. Okay, it also has, I like how it has like boom, boom, boom beat, but then also when to hell and back it slows down again. It's just, it's quite impactful. We've got Joachim's vocals sounding like Joachim's vocals. He's got a signature style sound. I like how he rolls his R's when he does roll his R's, although I've not noticed any this song just yet. I like his style. I like the Sabaton feel. They still, it's a Sabaton song. I think his vocals make that quite clear as well. This particular story focuses on his time at Anzio, which, so where is it? There was an Italian campaign to invade, take territory from Italy, and yeah, that story is a bit more detailed in the Sabaton History channel. Whilst Audi did a lot of different things, I guess Sabaton want to focus on particulars or particular specific event or specific person. In this case, kind of two things. But if they were talking about loads of different things, it loses a bit of focus. I think that's an obvious reason. Crosses grow on Anzio then. People, increased casualties, people dying, where no soldiers sleep, and where hell is 6 feet deep. His poetry, I just learned, Audi wrote poetry, and one of them has the line where hell is 6 feet deep. He repeats that a few times. It actually, I'll read it right now while we're referring to it. Oh, gather round me, comrades, and listen while I speak of a war, a war, a war where hell is 6 feet deep. Along the shore, the cannons roar. Oh, how can a soldier sleep? The going's slow on Anzio, and hell is 6 feet deep. Praise be to God for this captured sod, that rich with blood does seep, with yours and mine like butchered swines, and hell is 6 feet deep. The death awaits, there's no debate, no triumph will we reap. The crosses grow on Anzio, where hell is 6 feet deep. It's dark, isn't it? Hell is 6 feet deep. Hell is death. Hell is not surviving the war. Can't sleep there. So yeah, there's references to his poetry. I think that's quite a good incorporation of that too. And I've seen the so it's showing him in the present day, it seems, where he's just tormented by his memories and the horrific sides of war, having seen people die, having seen his friend die, friends die, his comrades die, and having to kill other people is awful for a bit of land, right? It sounds ridiculous, and yeah, he's not having a good time now. There are clips from the movie that we've seen that yeah, it's obvious, isn't it? The death does wait. There's no debate. So people will die, and it's death is waiting for some. So charge and attack, going to hell and back. Very good incorporation of to hell and back. And I guess hell is 6 feet deep, going to hell and back, pushing yourself to the limit and seeing all of this unfold in front of you. It's rough. I like that beat change. Snake. Oh. Nightmares. Also the pre-chorus, which I completely missed the first time round. Bright, a white light, if there'd be any glory in war, let it rest on men like him. The first one says dead men will never come back, but the second one says who went to hell and came back. Because I guess he did come back. He did survive it. Let it rest on men like him. Trust that he will carry us through. I think bright, a white light can be flashbacks of the bright lights, the explosions. Yeah. Verse 2 as well. A man of the 15th, that was his Italian regiment. You know what I mean? His station, his group. I believe a man of a can-do attitude. He went hard. He did a number of things and he won a lot of medals. So he had a can-do attitude and he managed, unlike many, to get through and not die, which is a huge achievement. Friends fall around him and yet he came through the tragedies that happened. Let them fall face down if they must die, making it easier to say goodbye. I guess falling face down, you're not looking at someone's face. The emotions are harder when you see it for yourself. And I guess there's this disassociation there, or trying to not think about it, which is a huge burden to bear. That is not something you can most people could suppress. It's not something most people could suppress. Just want to make that clear. It's very difficult, and that will haunt you. Even just the fact that people died, just everything you see, it's probably impossible to not witness any of that as a soldier, I'd imagine, if you are facing a battle and fighting. So that's quite sad. There's also showing the effects it has on him. There was a snake, there was some other insects, creatures. There were, I think, cockroaches. I don't know if he was vomiting and cockroaches were coming out. That is the stuff of my nightmares. That is, and these are just the effects of it all taking its toll. He's considering shooting himself. There's a gun there. Perhaps he's thought about it but hasn't quite done it, but came close. And to hell and back is also articulating that he came close.
On them like hell, who went to hell and came back. Cross the snow on Mexico, where no soldiers sleep and where hell 6 feet deep.
Oh dear.
Let's wait, there's no debate. So charge and attack, going to hell and back. Oh, gather round me and listen while I speak. Our law, where hell is 6 feet deep. And all along the shore, where cannons still roar. They're haunting my dreams, they're still there when I sleep.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay, that's kind of reminiscent of the intro as well, part of the intro, but it sounds a little bit different perhaps. Gosh. Okay. There was another difference. No, there wasn't. Charge and attack going to hell and back. There was a bridge. Oh, gather round me and listen while I speak of a war where hell is 6 feet deep. It's a reference to the poem again. All along the shore where the cannons still roar, they're haunting my dreams. They're still there when I sleep, talking about the PTSD that he suffered. The cannons roaring, the loudness of everything, explosions would haunt your dreams. They would still be there when you close your eyes. Even when you're trying to blank it out, it's very difficult to just forget and your mind not to conjure up something as a reminder and force it upon you without your control. If you haven't had any therapy or any ways to deal with it or whatever, it's impossible. Fantastic guitar solo. The visuals as well, it's showing him really struggling. I think he's like banging on the walls, or Joachim is banging on the walls. I don't know if that's giving hope or trying to say there is a way out. There is a better way out, or signifying some sort of hope at least. But it also looks like Audi is in despair, and then the flashbacks of what he's been through. Really like that. Really like the guitar solo, and then the instrumental. I mean, come on. There's emotion in this. He's smashing things up. That's incredible. And you're like, wow. And then you're like, wow, wow. Oh, I like the brief pauses. Everything's gone up in flames around him. He's still struggling. Because why would he? Quite some time after the war, Audi locked himself into a motel room for 7 days to get rid of his addiction to the drugs. Cold turkey. Was finally able to return to normal life. That's awfully sad. Lieutenant Murphy received every military combat award for valor available from the US Army. He actually died in a plane crash. Later, he was 45. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. I remember trying to count them, but there's far more than we saw in the video anyway. Man. War, eh? It's quite powerful. That was a really cool story for them to get inspiration from as well. I think that's quite an interesting one, and again another story that I didn't know about. So I'm learning a lot from the Sabaton History channel and their music. Very cool. And then we'll go to Beyond the Black. So we've experienced them a bit now, but this request came through before I listened to them. So Beyond the Black are a fantastic, in my opinion, German symphonic metal band formed by Jennifer Haben when she was very young, 15 or 16. I agree. I think they're fantastic. They have some great songs, some of which I'm sure are requests. The acoustic cover came about during lockdown in 2020 when the band had been due to play at Wacken. Oh, which of course was cancelled. W.O.A. Acoustic Clash was a bet between German symphonic metal Beyond the Black and world famous Wacken Open Air's Thomas Jensen. In course of a 48-hour studio session, the band had to arrange and record acoustic cover versions of 4 different metal songs, all of them chosen beforehand by the Wacken online community. Oh, wow. Whoever lost the bet, either Thomas Jensen or Beyond the Black, was obliged to operate the barbecue at the next Wacken Open Air. All proceeds went to different charity organisations. That's nice. I won't say who won, but I expect you'll be able to guess after hearing the song. Okay, let's have a look and compare an acoustic version as well. Okay, let's go. Ooh. Nice. Wow. Like the tambourine as well? Or? I love how they've used different instruments but created a really nice sound. You know it's based on the original, but they've changed the instrument entirely. It's not actual whistling, and that is very, very cool. I love that they've put their own signatures. They've put their own stamp on it. Okay, I've not heard them use that instrument in their music themselves. That doesn't matter. I was going to say signature sound, but I need to listen to more of them to know what their signature sound is. I think that fits this cover amazingly, and already I love that. I love that about this cover. I'm not always keen on covers if they sound very much like the original and just someone's different vocals sound on top and slight changes to the composing of a song or the structure, or not even that, the sound, slight components to the instruments. But this is like big changes. Sounds a bit more folky than Western too. Still feels a bit Western though, with the melody.
A short man from Texas, a man of the wild, thrown into combat where bodies lie piled. Hides his emotions, his blood's running cold. Just like his victories, his story unfolds. Bright, a white light.
Okay.
If there be any glory in war, let it rest on men like him. Dead men will never come back.
Wow. I love the dun as well. It almost sounds like a, what's the word? It sounds Mexican or Spanishy. Either way, I love that. I love how different it sounds. I love her vocals. Jennifer? I love Jennifer's vocals. I love that obviously they're a lot different anyway, because she has different vocals as a woman, different sound from her vocal cords. Whether she's a woman or not, she's definitely got a different sound anyway, but it's quite a distinctively different sound because of her style of voice. And so I love that. I love how it just sounds different. She's changed the way she sings it as well. definitely doesn't sound like Joachim, does it? So that fits really nicely. I love it.
A white light, if there be any glory in war, let it rest on men like him. Dead men will never come back. Crosses grow on NCO when no soldier sleeps and we're held 6 feet deep. When death does wait, there's no debate. Who charge in attack, who we do well and back.
Love it. This is so enjoyable.
Man of the 50, the man of can do. Friends fall around him and yet he came through. Let them fall face down if they must die, making it easier to say goodbye. Bright, a white light, if there be any glory in war, let it rest on men like him who went to hell and came back.
I just love the little guitar details. The da-da-dun. It really does make it sound different. I sound like a broken record because I'm not adding too much, but I'm just sharing how much I love this version as well. Acoustic versions are great, but there's something about this one that makes it feel more exciting than usual. It's very, very satisfying.
Who went to hell and came back. Crosses grow on NCO when no soldier sleeps and we're held 6 feet deep. The death does wait, there's no debate. So charge in attack, going to hell and back. Oh, gather round me and listen while I speak of a war where hell is 6 feet deep. And all along the shore where cannons still roar, they're haunting my dreams, they're still there when I sleep.
Nice. Oh yeah, and the whistling comes out. Does feel a bit more Western now.
Crosses grow on NCO when no soldier sleeps and we're held 6 feet deep. The death does wait, there's no debate. He charged in attack, he went to hell and back.
I love the stopping. Ah, yes. That the sharpness of it is powerful.
Debate. He charged in attack, he went to hell and back.
Fantastic. Loved it. What a great cover version. That was beautiful. What a great song that Sabaton brought out originally as well. They must have won that bet. It must have been Thomas that had to operate the barbecue. I didn't know there's a famous thing about the barbecue at Wacken, but now I do. Now I have to look into that. Oh, thank you for watching. Basically, I've talked your ears off for a while. I appreciate everyone that has supported me here by just viewing. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please comment if you have the capacity, but no pressure at all. You don't have to do anything. You've already done enough, and that is more than I could ever expect. If you do want to join on another platform, we do have a Patreon here. You can join for free, or you can join from as little as £1, and you can get a little shout out here. But no pressure at all. That's just if you want extra content and all of that kind of thing. But like I say, I appreciate your time. So I'll stop wasting more of it. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.